All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 728. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who recently got into a car accident with a can of peas, Wombat.
It was a can of seltzer.
Okay, close enough. That's better. You're lucky it wasn't a can of peas.
And we're lucky it wasn't a full-on accident, too, because it was pretty close.
With the peas?
Pretty close.
The peas were going too fast?
No. So my wife was going to make a left turn, right?
No,
and
left.
Yeah. And she's going to make this left. And she has the light. Yeah, I totally got me. And the car in front of her also had the light. But for some reason, at the last second, decided, no, I don't want to make this left right now. And just stopped instead of making the left, even though they had the light. So my wife, who's getting ready, she's speeding up to make the left turn, had to brake really hard in order to not hit this car in front of us that decided to stop for no reason. And when she broke, we were coming back from the supermarket. You ever see a 12-pack of, they were cans of seltzer, 12, like those tubes, cardboard tubes?
Are they cardboard or they're cans?
The cans are in a cardboard box.
I don't know. Okay. I know about cardboard boxes and cans. That I'm familiar with. The tubes, I'm not. What are these tubes you're talking about?
They come in like rectangular boxes.
But how's that a tube?
They're tubey-like.
He's talking about the longer, skinnier variety of the boxes rather than it's basically a 2-row setup. Rather than a 3x4.
I see.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't buy soda or anything. So
well, it's not soda, it's seltzer.
Whatever.
So
I said or anything.
Yeah, she stopped short, and all the groceries that were in the back of the SUV flew forward at great force. One of them being the cans of seltzer actually flew out of the box, and one of the cans smacked me right in the elbow.
I have questions.
My arm like this. Yes.
What's going on in the trunk there that lets stuff come out of the trunk into the passenger cabin?
There is no trunk. It's an SUV.
SUVs don't have trunks?
They have just back space.
That seems really unsafe. They don't have any. How do people not get killed by shit hitting them in the back of the head when they get into accidents?
I think they do. Didn't that happen in like Final Destination?
No,
2?
I mean, how doesn't that happen like all the time? Because I feel like I didn't know that they have unsecured stuff in SUV. If you have an SUV, you have to sacrifice.
Where did you think the stuff was at in the back of an SUV?
I mean,
I thought they had like some sort of cover for it. Like I have a hatchback and there's a cover, so if I stop short, nothing in the trunk comes.
There's optional covers that you can get.
You have to pay extra.
I mean, not in the Explorer. There would really be nothing.
There's not an optional cover in the Explorer.
Not really. No.
Are you sure?
No, because it has
you can buy.
It has the third row seating. So
mine
it really
has the third row seating too.
Wouldn't make sense. Now the third row seating was down. If the third row seating was up, it probably wouldn't have hit me. But that was down because we had large items in there the day before.
It hit you all the way in the first row seating?
I was sitting in the passenger seat, in the front. And that can flew from all the way in the back.
That's crazy. What's the point of the trunk even? Why just dump everything in the back seat then?
And it was probably going, I honestly don't know how fast it was, but it hurt like a son of a bitch.
And the second row of seats wasn't down?
The second row of seats were up.
How did it get past your second row of seats?
Because the second row of seats are captain's chairs. So there's nothing
came
in
through
the middle
and then took a curve to hit you in the
No, my
seat.
arm was like this. Like behind the driver's seat, like my arm was up, just kind of, resting.
What did you say when it hit your arm?
Well, that's the funny part was, my first reaction was, because Elliot was in the car and my wife was driving, was, is everyone okay?
Right.
And I look around, and as soon as that, like everyone was okay, and this is probably like 20 seconds of time, it was, okay, you're okay. You're okay. The car isn't damaged. Ow!
And they went, oh, my arm, it's broken.
Yeah. It was like everything was fine. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm in a lot of pain. It took like 30 seconds for my brain to acknowledge that.
How was the seltzer?
I was bleeding, and the seltzer was fine. It was just one can that was ruined.
Did you open it up right then?
My son drank it. in the car.
Nice.
Like,
It didn't go everywhere?
It went it didn't get too bad. It really didn't get everywhere. It got a little bit in the center console, but that was about it. And it's seltzer, so it's not like it's going to get too gross. It's not like we had to over worry about it. Just kind of.
Wait, but so you had your son open up this can of seltzer and spray it all over your car too?
No, it didn't spray. At least I don't think so. Not that I noticed.
I'm getting confused on the details.
We were just more relieved.
The physics inside of Wombat's SUV are crazy.
Yes. But yeah, it went from all the way in the back to the front.
From the back to the front. Are you going to look into getting some sort of cargo net or something?
I don't think we need a cargo net or anything. It was an isolated incident. It's fine. You know, my car is a little safer.
If somebody hits you from behind, you're going to have the same problem, right, Chip? I mean, you're the scientist here.
I mean, it was I don't think someone
had his arm somewhere it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but if my arm wasn't there, that can would have hit the windshield.
Wait, what do you mean your arm was somewhere?
I missed that part. Behind the driver's seat.
Why?
My arm was up behind the driver.
He was like this.
Why?
Well, not that far back. It's not like I had my arm like that. It was just like this.
Why? Just for fun?
It's comfortable.
It is?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
It's a comfortable position.
Except when shit is flying at it at 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
It's less comfortable.
Well, like I said, if my arm wasn't there, I'd rather get a bruise and a gash in my elbow than although getting a windshield repaired, I guess, isn't the
right.
I can see Wombat doing that on a plane. You're just sitting there in the row back from Wombat. He reclines that chair, and then that arm just comes right back there too.
I don't even go on planes. I like putting my arm around my wife's chair equates to rude on airplanes. Yeah,
that's a big accusation.
Yeah, that's like a leap.
I was like, Wombat is a man of comfort. This is how he likes his arm.
You take your shoes off on the plane, Wombat?
I haven't been on a plane in like
I'm
7
saying
years.
In the last 10 times that you went on a plane, did you take your shoes off? I have
never taken my shoes off in an airplane. In an airport, I have because they won't let you through the gate without doing it.
Right. That's worthwhile too.
Yeah. But no, I've never taken my shoes off on an airplane.
Right.
I support you there.
I do that all.
No, I'm supportive of you there.
I take my shoes off, but I got to be in.
I'm not supportive of Cheapy there.
No, but you're in business. In business class, they give you slippers and stuff. They expect you to take your shoes off. That's why they give you.
Anyway, thank you for asking if I was safe and okay. I appreciate that.
Well, we know you are. We talked to you since then. It's not like we just heard about this.
But yeah, no,
I can pretend that I didn't know what happened.
Honestly, it was really scary when it happened because the car also, like, the anti-lock brakes kicked in, and there was that second of, did we actually hit something? But it was just that jerk of stopping short and everything flying and the loud sound. Because, when the cans crashed forward, it made that same kind of sound.
Did you yell at your wife for driving poorly?
No, I did not.
Really? You didn't even say, like, not even a little, like, what the fuck?
Maybe a little.
Yeah, come on.
Maybe a little.
Right. Like what? Quote. What's the exact quote? Or the tone? Choose one.
You know what it is? Everyone in my family makes fun of my driving.
Right.
Because I'm too safe a driver. That's literally what they say about me. You drive too safe.
Right. I would never complain about that.
That's the complaint. And I was like, see, now who's too safe a driver?
Is that what you said?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And then you went, oh, no. You said it like that. Oh, see why I drive so safe.
Mm-hmm. And I said, can we get home, please, so I can put some ice on my elbow?
Right. Maybe if she stops short again, the ice will just come up from the back.
And then I had to cook. Then I still had to cook for everybody.
Honey, turn left and slam on the brakes. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay. And there was no
no, it was fine. It was scary in the moment, but everything seems to be okay now.
Did you curse out the other driver at all? Because
that guy was like an asshole.
I'm always cursing out everybody.
Who does that?
I think some have big problems because I don't have road rage because I'll just curse the person out and just move on. Like
you would have had full on road rage. You would have been out there with a tire iron.
No, I'm not looking for that.
You would have been that guy, and it would have been just me and Chip doing this show without you this week.
Right. I could be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a tire iron though.
Tire iron and a camouflage shirt. You're totally, and the shaved head. You're that guy.
Nah. I'm always smiling.
Mm-hmm.
and not beating people.
Until you're not.
Smiling and not beating people. That's my personality. What are we sure to talk about here? I saw that you made something disgusting from the cookbook I got you.
Yes, you bought me for my birthday. You bought me the Elder Scrolls cookbook.
If I knew that it was going to result in you combining oysters and ground beef together, I probably wouldn't have gotten it.
First of all, it's a recipe in the book.
I know, but I feel like
well, you say it like I made that up.
I know, but I feel like that recipe was in there as like a dare. Like, let's see if we can get somebody to make this fucking thing.
It's, if you're familiar with the game of Skyrim, you're familiar with the Horker, which is like a walrus, but in Skyrim, and it has 3 tusks instead of 2.
Right.
Yep.
And if you kill them, you get the Horker meat. This was a Horker meatloaf.
Horker loaf, if you will.
Horker loaf. And I guess because it's supposed to be like walrus, the assumption is that if you mix like a seafood with a ground meat, that's probably what walrus tastes like.
I've not had walrus
Me
before.
neither.
A little surf and turf.
Yeah. So the recipe calls for 3 ounces of smoked canned oysters with your 1.5 pounds of ground meat.
How are canned oysters? I don't know that I've ever
here's
partaken.
The thing. You put them in a food processor with 3 cloves of garlic and a full carrot.
No, I don't.
Well, I'm saying the recipe calls for the oysters in a food processor with 3 cloves of garlic and a full large carrot.
Are you making a drink? What is this?
So by the time you grind it all up kind of into like this oyster garlic carrot paste, the oyster flavor is kind of gone because the garlic and the carrot kind of overpower it where you barely taste it. And then you fold it in with the meat and the egg and the storm cloak spice that I also made. I did make the storm cloak spice, which is really good. That's just dill and mustard powder and black pepper. It's really nothing too crazy.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
there was bacon too, right?
Yeah, there's bacon in it. Without the oysters, it's a fine recipe. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Once you add in the oysters, it gets a little weird. That being said, everyone in the house ate it and enjoyed it.
Is that true? Come on.
100%.
Everyone?
Well, not Sabrina because she doesn't eat anything. But Elliot and Laura, yeah, they ate.
How is that everyone?
They clean their plates.
Family staple now?
I don't.
She's not in the family anymore?
I said I would make it again, but I wouldn't make it with the oysters.
Oh, okay.
That's a meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because it is true, even though you don't really taste it, you know it's there.
Yeah, you were part of that. You experienced that as you were making it, going, what am I doing?
Yeah.
This
you're
wrong.
You're 100% correct. But there was also that part of me. It is the recipe, and I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, my wife made the candy that's in the cookbook.
Also with oysters.
No, that's just sugar and sugar. But
Do they have churros?
It's sugar, tea, and honey. And she made these twisty, like hard candies that happen to be delicious.
What were those called? I don't remember candies. And
I know it's like something taffy. It's like Stormcloak taffy or something like that. But
everything Stormcloak. Every recipe.
But it's really good because it's just, it tastes like tea and honey.
It's candy.
Candies. Yeah, candy.
Cool.
So
nice. Good. I'm glad you got used of it. And you fed your family.
But I fed my family. We made technically 3 things in there because we made the spices. So yeah.
You can throw it out.
I wore my apron while I made the meatloaf.
There's no picture of that though.
I think my wife took one. I think I tried to send it to you, but yeah. Would I make it again? Modified. I'd make it again modified. I might even skip. Well, the bacon was pretty good.
Substitute the bacon, more bacon for oysters.
The recipe calls for 6 cloves of garlic. And 6 cloves of garlic, whatever you make, it doesn't matter. It's going to taste like garlic. Mm-hmm. It was a very heavy garlic flavor.
You went with the individual little pieces of garlic, right? Not like
not
entire
6. No.
A bundle.
My son was with me when I bought the ingredients and I had the recipe out and I did say, okay, we need to get, it calls for 6 cloves of garlic. And he did start putting 6
right. 6 bags of garlic. Nice. All right.
That was pretty funny. So it's funny that you brought that up because that happened.
I don't know what that's called. Isn't it also a clove?
That's a head.
It's a head?
of garlic.
That's what a head of garlic? Okay.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but that's what I call it. So
I trust you.
yeah, it's not like it's an insane thing to say. But that was my, I guess, exciting weekend.
That was your Skyrim experience.
My Skyrim experience. It was a holiday weekend, and I made a holiday meatloaf.
I saw Curtis Sliwa at the Memorial Day Parade in Little Neck.
Nice.
Just walking down the street, waving at people.
Nice beret, Frenchie.
Yeah, I don't think he was walking in the parade. I think he was just walking in the parade. You know what I mean? Like by the parade, near the parade. I don't know if he was officially in it. That was pretty exciting.
Nice.
Should we do some show feedback?
Sure.
I'll take this one. This is from Idiot Man. Idiot Man. Thanks for writing in. He says, not sure if it's any interest. Here's a list of games I bought over the last 12 months, almost exclusively because of Ship's recommendations on CAG Foreplay, but also the CAGcast. Ready for this list? Elebits, Loco Roco, SSX Blur, Puzzle Quest, Elite Beat Agents, Hotel Dusk, Room 215, Picross and Picross 3D, Rockstar Table Tennis. That was probably my recommendation. Anno 1701. Well. Hey, give me some credit. Dark Sector. That's a great one. Blastworks, Ninja Town, Mushroom Men, Rise of Fungi, El Shaddai. Remember El Shaddai?
Of course. I remember all this. This is a great list of games here.
Red Faction Gorilla, Psyops, Viva Pinata Pocket Paradise, Naughty Bear, Boom Blocks, and Chrome Hounds. Chrome Hounds!
I'm Psyops. I feel like it had to have been an episode I was on.
And Chrome Hounds, I don't think you can even play that anymore because the servers went down like 10 years ago.
I think there was a single player to that, right? There was a campaign.
Maybe there was like
I believe it was like kind of like playing against bots type of thing. That's a great list.
Yeah.
I don't know about Naughty Bear. That might have been an ironic.
Baby,
I think we talked about that a lot.
I hope he at least got the gold edition.
Right.
Well, thanks, Idiot Man, for putting together that list. He says, I buy a lot of games. It's just kind of a small sample, but these are all games I definitely wouldn't have picked up without hearing you guys' recommendations. Just thought you might like to know people still listen to opinions that you had over a decade ago. That's pretty nice.
Psyops is the bomb.
I'm excited just reading the list of those games. Those were some good games.
I had Anno 1701. That was a good game too.
It's pronounced Anus.
Anus? I don't think so. I don't.
Anus.
So.
Anus. I mean.
Oh, that might be right.